Yes, you're welcome to my live session. And yes, we are live. Welcome to my wholesome family series. It's my pleasure to welcome us to this amazing conversation today from the Familynestacademy, where we empower families to fulfill their destiny. So today we'll be talking about access, and you can see the topic on the screen that's talking about how to stop giving unlimited access to the world, to your children. Stop giving the world an unlimited access. Some of us don't censor the type of things and people that penetrate and influence our children. And that's why you see people making the major life decisions without considering the impact and the effect on the life of our children. So, yes, today we'll be having the significant conversation so that we'll be able to help protect and guide the heart of our children against unwanted influences in this digital age. Um yes. I'm having a bit of internet glitches, and I apologize for that. However, we will crack on with YouTube. I'm having issues with Facebook. And if you are here on YouTube and you can hear me, you can see me, kindly indicate. And if you are not seeing me, let me also know. So, welcome to our live session today, and we'll be talking about who has access to your child. Environment. I know sometimes when you hear access to your children, you feel it's the things that physically come in contact with them, maybe the people in your home, in school, in church, in the parties, playground, wherever, or their friends. Of course, those play one of the major roles of influence in their life. But we do not realize how much access the world itself have gained entrance into our children's life through what you give to tablets, phones, cartoons, games. Who has access to their mind? Who has access to the emotions of your children? Can you actually say who has access to the imagination of your children? What is forming their mindsets? What is influencing their understanding of relationship, sexuality, beauty, money, self-image? What is forming their definition of what matters most in their existence? So when you are dealing with your children on a daily basis, you need to be particular about censoring what accesses their life and their mind. The environment, the atmosphere your children are growing. Because there is something every parent must understand. Your children can be sitting right in your home, right in their room, right in your living room, but someone else is shaping their worldview. I know some of us have raised adults that we no longer know how to really get to correct this. But we can play the role of modeling the correct exposure to your grandchildren. You can get your children, grown children, whether single or married, to listen to these teachings so they don't make the same mistake you and I made in our days of ignorance. The Bible says, in the days of ignorance, God do ignore. But the truth is that the impact, the side effect of ignorance cannot be taken out completely. It's just like sowing a seed. So, that single phone you have given to your child to keep them busy can bring an entire culture into your home. It can change your value system without you even knowing when it started. A screen can become your children's teacher. Or you think they are catching fun, you think they are getting involved or engaged, and you think maybe they are learning mathematics or ABCD or whatever, you do not realize how it's beginning to become their advisor. Social media platform can become a heavy influence over your children. An influencer that you don't know, that your children have never met before, can become their role model. So you see why you cannot take this for granted. If you're not intentional as a parent, the world will gladly take your position to discipline your children, to clone them, to mentor them, to model them. Who are your children following? Who do they listen to? Who do they talk about? Why is this important? Because the world has changed. It's no longer the same while we were growing up. When we were growing up, our parents could say, this is what is in this house, and this is it. If I lock my children up, they can only be exposed to what is here. Of course, even though there's no 100% guarantee, because we've seen children who were locked up but became wide in just a little opportunity given to them. We've seen children whose parents have brought into a place where they feel they are secured, but have brought in someone they don't realize is demonic, is devilish, and has wicked ideas, and they imbibe those evil in their children. So parenting in this time requires a lot of wisdom, because it has become unprecedented. The things that happens around us, we hear a lot of things. So we need to be careful. We need to realize that the world has moved. The world is no longer the way they used to be. The previous generation could leave certain influences outside the home, and they will tell you, my mom will beat me if I do that. But now, things outside and hide it, and you will not pick it. And that's it. Those influencers outside will tell them, don't worry, your mommy will know me. I will show you what to do. And that's why they are smart. Was it the other day I was telling someone I was teaching? I can't remember where I was doing that teaching. And I said, before, you can easily tell a child, a girl, a teenage girl, or a child that is growing, that if you have sex, right, you get pregnant. It's not the one they used to teach us. If they touch you, get pregnant. If you are doing that, the world has left you behind. Like, they can practically do it. They don't give a damn, because even we are in a system of the world where they give them pregnancy preventive measures free of charge. Counseling is free, condom is free, hormonal tablet is free. So your child can give the damn if it's just about getting pregnant or getting infection. So the world has passed that times when we use those threats to stop them from exploring and making mistakes. So we can use every opportunity we have as parents, applying wisdom to nurture and control their environment without taking away their liberty, without taking away their freedom. That, of course, every child requires a certain level of freedom. You cannot take it away from them. You are not raising slaves, because a time will come when they will leave your home and you will realize that they will go to any extent to test what you have been stopping them from. The way the world is, you cannot. So we need to be intentional. Just the same way the system of the world is being intentional in influencing our children negatively, we should be more intentional. We should be more intentional. While technology can be incredibly useful, the problem is unlimited access. Before you give access to your children to have a phone, have you pruned them? Have you disciplined them in the area of self-control? Have you groomed them such a way they know what is essential, what is necessary, what is not to be accessed? Have you taught them when to shut down their phone? What access have you given them? And what access have you taught them that on their own, when they see it, they know this is not for me and this is why? So when you are grooming your child, you should put boundaries in place that build their mindset to know, okay, I have this phone, but I don't have access to everything, and everything doesn't have access to me. Why do we have to limit access? They can get all the information, but the truth is that information is not applicable to wisdom. So the world can give them information, but the world can be required. And maturity is not the same as exposure. So before a child should be exposed to a certain thing, you need to be sure that they are matured enough for that exposure. That's why you should have a media plan. What kind of cartoon, what kind of movies, what kind of media can your children access at every stage of their life? What do when they are left with a tablet? Now, cartoon is no longer the cartoon we used to know. While we were growing, cartoon is Tom and Jerry, right? Where we just have to crack our rib, watching them mess up with each other. But now, cartoon is a learning avenue for children. And do you know what? It's not just learning. Like it's not your regular learning to spell, learning ABCD numbers and all that. There is more to what they now use media to teach our children. They now use media to teach your children how to tie ligature, how to self-harm, how to commit suicide. They now use media to change your children's mindset about who they are, their identity, their gender. Yeah. Who has access to your children here? You know, when we are always shouting at our children, when we are always criticizing them, you know what they tend to do? Switch off their ear from you. But their ear has to be open. They will open it up to something else, something appealing, pleasant, something that tells them you are the best. I have your back. Come on, I will show you how to have fun. And that's why while you are raising children and disciplining them, you should put it in such a way that it will not always be pleasant, yes, but it should be something suitable, comforting. If we must raise children who will walk in the right path. So, a child may not know how to operate a smartphone. Most of them do. Right from the womb now, they do. But they don't know the manipulation behind the screen. They don't understand the bullies that happens on social media. They don't understand the intent of the people behind the social media. A child may be making money on social media, but they don't understand how powerful that social media is changing their lives. I've had conversations with young people around what time, at what age should you have access to social media, and what are you going to do in social media. And some of them will be like, give my play, and they give me money. They are exchanging, and I ask them how much. Some of them will be like £5. Some of them will be like £10. I'll be like, for how many hours? It'll be like maybe 3, 4, 5 hours. I say they are exchanging your times and seasons with checking money. Excuse me. They are building addiction into our children and give them just little tips just to keep them coming back, going on. By the time they realize they can no longer do without screen, they can no longer do without phones, they can no longer be able to withhold themselves, restrain themselves, or say no, they are losing their self-control. And it doesn't end on screen. It takes away their self-will and strength to resist temptations and challenges that are unpleasant. And the brain like things that are comfortable. The brain doesn't like discomfort. So it's fun being on the screen. The screen is a digital cocaine. The same way cocaine is like it's making you come for more. That's the way screen is. Even you as an adult, even me as an adult, you know how difficult to channel yourself away from flipping to something reasonable. You know how difficult it is to keep your phone for an hour, 2 hours without going to it. You that have been able, you've achieved your academic pursuit, you are a working class person or a business person now, right? At least you have achieved something, but you could achieve more because you are made for more. The time it will take you to read, to meditate, to study the word, to pray, we are on our screen. And we are denying ourselves opportunities for growth as adults, how much more our dear children that their brain have not yet developed properly, that their brain have not been empowered to think logically and make logical decisions, that their brain have not matured, that they have not been put under the pressure and testings of life. How will they be able to cope if we just give them unlimited access to screen? And I've had to, even in church, tell parents, do not give your children phone to church. There was a point that when you come to my class, a young person, I will carry your phone. I will keep it until church is over. And they will tell me their Bible is there. For us, for now, we don't want your Bible in your phone. It's not because we are just being strict. We are imbibing the discipline of staying away from phone and paying attention to learning skills, wisdom that will build your life. And some parents may think we are overbearing. No. I don't know how we have all lost that sense of like we no longer even understand. Even adults, you see adults now in church, they are flipping through phones, past preaching. We no longer have regard for the presence of God. Like, will the world stop if you don't answer that chat? Will someone die if you don't respond to that chat or you don't flip through your media while in church? What are we modeling to the young people, to the children that are sitting around? If my daddy can do it, my mommy is doing it, or adults are doing it, nothing is wrong with it. We set a standard that our children normalize, but we don't realize it. You do something, you tell your child don't do it. Like how? How do you expect a child to comply to a broken standard, to a double standard? Does it mean you can do the wrong thing, then your child should not do what is wrong? When you are the one that should model the right thing. What we do not realize is that the more we give our children access to social media, the more opportunity they have to bump into pornography, into addiction, into things that they are not meant to be exposed to in their age. And yes, their parents, you watch pornography, right? And you have to do it, but the algorithm in your home will bring it to your children. Just watch one advert or make a search around one thing that exposes a body part or about sexuality. You will see how advert will be suggesting it to you just once. You don't need to do it twice. And that's the same thing, because your children are using the same internet provider. And you have probably a family laptop or computer that everyone does their work registered under your account. Oh dear. We are the ones selling pornography to our children. So how can we save the heart and the mind of our children so they can focus and achieve something reasonable for their life, so they can focus and fulfill their destiny, so they can focus and pay attention to the things that matters for their becoming? We must learn to be disciplined in our own self as parents, to be able to help our children. What is the media protocol in your home? And maybe we are waiting for when they become adults and we are fighting with them. No. There should be a media plan. This is what is expected. Whenever we are going on social media, this is what we are going to do. And you have so time. to do it. And at so time during the day, we are no longer going to our phone. But no, some of us, we are, in fact, phone is phoning us. We are sleeping on phone. You don't know when to say is enough and keep it. Our children don't know the policy or the rule, so they too, they can spend their time. Some of our children no longer bother if we are around or not. Their own is come down, eat food, snacks, go back to their room on their phone. You call them, yes mommy, I'm okay. You don't even see them. You just hear their voices, or they just peep out and just say, hi, I'm here, welcome mommy, back to their room. Some of us are living a lonely life, even when we have a family that God has brought together. A system. A family is a system, a holistic system that should raise a holistic child. We have used phone and social media to limit our children. Some of them don't even know how to look people on their face and engage. Social skills are lacking because they're always on their phone. So they are in a place where they should communicate, interact with people, try to connect with people, build a social platform, connect, link to people, because you cannot deal without people. But you see them, they are on their phone. Their phone has become their partner. So we're still just seeing the minutest part of the impact of this until some of these children we are raising grows up to marry. They cannot sit and have a conversation with their husband. They are on their phone, or with their wife. Everything on the phone. Because even couples now, we are eating with your family, you're on your phone. You are with your children, you're on your phone. How do you teach them to look at people and have a meaningful conversation? They are even begging you to look at them. So your children need the wisdom to know what they can access and what they cannot access, and what should not access them. What should not access them? If your children must go into tech, it should not be for consumption, for reproduction. I'm not going because I want to watch people and laugh my time off, laugh my life off, and they get paid. What am I bringing on the table? What am I bringing on social media? When I go on social media and my children are around me, I tell them, see what I'm doing, and this is what I'm doing. Most time they see me post our daily prayer on social media, and they will see me and say, I'm posting our prayer for the day. They know that I go on a meeting or posting, or maybe just one or two things. And if I'm watching something, it's something you can't screen my phone and see rubbish. It's something reasonable, and I'll make sure they learn something from it. What I'm teaching them is to be intentional. Anything you are accessing should be something valuable and waste away your life. And the day they will be allowed into social media, they must have built a system and a capacity and a skill that they are bringing into social media. They must learn something they are coming to teach the world. They are coming to social media to make impact, not to consume what people are selling. That's how children have time, enough time now, to listen to people that lack logical reasoning, people that lack integrity, people that lack valuable information to share. If your children don't know what to look for, they will consume everything and anything. They will be confused by what people sell on social media. Why people that have no value to offer you and understand what they are doing on social media. That people can gather or watch video of rubbish people or comedies that are making no sense, and they are having million views. It's to tell you the number of people in this world who have time to waste, who have no value, people who live their life by anything that comes, people who are frustrated, who are desperate, who just want to just engage their time and forget their sorrows, people who don't have time to build valuable things to add to their world. This is no longer the time where you buy gadgets for your children so they can be tech experts or school computer lessons. Now your child in the womb has been seeing how you are using phone. By the time they come out, they can navigate your phone more than you. Your children can navigate your phone more than you. So when you leave them with phone uncensored and you are not there, you don't know the type of cartoon they are watching. You don't sit with them to watch movie, to interact, or documentary, to talk about it, to learn and pick lessons from it. They will think that phone or screen is just about consumption. Anything, let's be watching, let's buy time. Before you know it, the day is gone. Tomorrow we continue and nothing new lands for the day. And we'll be increasing and promoting the Olodo uprising that I just had a few weeks ago. People who don't know anything, but they are selling foolishness on social media, and people that think they are wise are consuming those foolishness. Why do we need to take this more serious? Why? What kind of children do we want to raise, really? And how can we raise children who will fulfill their destiny if at the time they are meant to build capacity, gain valuable knowledge, and be prepared for life, they are using it to sit playing game? Some of us, I've had people say it makes them smart. But are you telling me that's the type of smartness they need to navigate life? The type of we need to raise children who are balanced in all spheres of life, but importantly, children who applies wisdom in life, because that's what will save our children from making destructive life decisions. Playing game, consuming their time on media and cartoon and all that, or game that make them smart. It's not that kind of smartness that will discern a a deceiver from a sincere partner. There are a lot of things your children need to learn at this age before they turn 18. So you are the one that will censor what they access in the area of media. And this is not control, it's protection. You must protect the sanity and the destiny of your children. So you are not saying you can't do this because I say so. You are saying it is my responsibility to help you develop wisdom to navigate life safely. We are not teaching you to control your children. We are teaching you to take your position. Take the role of a protector, a savior. Yes. So you are taking to prepare them And that entails making sure there's a screen time, making sure you establish appropriate limits around social media, spending time online friends, knowing those they have picked from online. We know what people have done through online friendship. People they never met, they met online, have to book appointments, and what has happened? Because the screen is not reality. You don't know the person behind that screen. How can you, if they spend all their time just watching screen, playing games, and doing things that does not add value or build their value system? You must establish appropriate limits around what they do, the content they consume, even sleep, what they even eat, their devices, everything they do. You must teach them control, self-control, when to say. Because we are raising children who will be empowered to navigate the world. Children who will not allow the world to own. Children who will not use all their arm to grab everything that is trending, everything that is introduced to the world. Children who will not be tossed to and fro. Children who will not join the crowd to do whatever they do. We still have a generation. But if you leave them on social media where they are picking and comparing what is trending yesterday and what is trending today, and their mind is just filled with rubbish, how will they be able to know why they exist and how to navigate the pressures of life? On the screen, you and I know that is not true. It cannot be achieved on the screen. So we need to build intentional plan around guiding their heart. We need to capture the heart of our children to begin to realize that there is more. That the generation they are in are counting on people like them. People that stands out, people that will not join the crowd, people that knows behind everything that is being celebrated, there are major stakeholders. Yes. And that's why the Bible says in Proverbs chapter 3, guide your heart with all diligence, for out of it flows issues of life. So you see, you must be intentional about guiding the heart of your children, their friends, the family that comes around you, your own friends, the things they consume, the things they see, the kind of place you live, the kind of atmosphere, the school you choose for them, their teachers. You may not choose their teachers, but you can be able to know what is happening around your children. Be able to pick when things is trying to go wrong without even waiting for it to go wrong. Be able to let the school, the teachers know this is what we stand for. We are not permitted to do this, so that when they are planning to do or teach things that will influence your children negatively, you tell them, permission, my children will not be coming to school today. You can influence your children's environment, at least when you can, at an early age, before they turn 18. But before they turn 18, you would have equipped them. You would have nurtured their heart. You would have prepared them to be able to discern and know what is acceptable, what is wise, and what is suitable for their existence, what is good enough to empower their purpose. And like I always say, it's not by shouting, it's not by beating, it's not by punishment, discipline. And of course, you know what our own definition of discipline is by structured teachings, programmings, conscious guidance that help this child walk into, confidently become, master, and normalize the right thing without doing it out of fear or because my mommy and daddy is around. So as a parent, you must plan what takes place or happens or acceptable around your home. Start from your home. Because what enters your children's hearts eventually influences their life, their behavior, their choices. What your children consistently watch can influence what they normalize and what they become. So what are your children watching? What they repeatedly hear can influence their belief. Who are the people talking around your children? What kind of friends do you have? People that will come and yab and crack joke and drink and womanize. Or you are the one that will go from work, you go and hang out with friends, come back very late, your children are even asleep. Or you are the one that will come back drunk, beat your wife. You are selling your value to your children. Is it the kind of children you want to raise? Or do you want to raise daughters that will allow their husbands to beat them up? Or you come and tell me, nobody will beat my daughter. But you are beating your wife and your children are seeing you. Dear woman. Or you are the one that disrespects your husband, disrespectfully shout at him. You want your daughter to marry that kind of man that will watch them, abuse them, and even accuse them on top of it. Some of us that used to take advantage of the system that favors women. So we need to guide the heart of our children. You are the gatekeeper. You are not just their provider.
It's short and I can't press anything because network.
Excuse me. You know you cannot come to.
And you've done a different.
Is it? See. I'm coming. So. Go. See. So what are we saying? You must take your position as the gatekeeper. Is a gatekeeper. You are the one who opens the gate, and you're the one who chooses who goes into the gate. You are the one who chases out those who are not wanted. You are the one who selects those who should not enter. So you're not just there to provide and watch your children grow up, become adults, have good job, marry wife, raise children. You are the one who decide, what does my child need this stage? What do I need to help my child discover and fulfill their purpose? What do I need to give access to my children to help build their capacity? That's a gatekeeper. So, your child needs you. They don't know what is good for them. At a younger age, they don't know what they require to become an outstanding child, to become a responsible child, to become a child that fulfills their purpose as adults. You are the who God has spoken to. We are the one who knows what is required for them to become. So don't take it lightly. Don't be too busy for what matters. You hear me repeat this. Don't be too busy for what matters. Don't keep making money. What your children need is not just money. You can feed them all you can provide all you can, but it cannot become, money cannot make them who they need to be. Money can even create connection, but can they sustain that connection? Yes. Money can give them vacations, but can they fulfill their purpose? What has God written concerning your children? So that takes us to 5 areas you must watch out for. What they watch, what values are being communicated through what your children watch. Of course, we know some videos are corrupt, some major programs are on social media. You need to be sure you've gone through it, you've censored it before you expose them to. You need to be sure, because most of them are subtly there to communicate the wrong value to your children. So you need to know what they are watching, what behavior is being normalized there. You know, when my first daughter was quite young, very young, before I even knew about media implication and impact of screen on younger children, I will put her on screen CoComelon. She will watch and watch and watch, and I'll be able to clean up, do everything I want to. In fact, even at work, because I couldn't come back from back to work, my manager approved that I bring her to work, put her on there's this play pet. They gave us a room particular for my daughter. I will put her there, put her on CoComelon, all those ABCD and CoComelon songs. For me, I was doing the best for my child. She will be there, she will not trouble me. I will be doing my work. If she's hungry, one of the housekeepers will call me, I will come and feed her, go back to work. Little did I realize, I'll ask her to eat something. She will say no, I don't want to eat. Then when I sing that song they used to sing, she will not open her mouth. I began to take closer look, observe more. I realized she was displaying some of those behaviors that she was watching. That was when I realized, man, we cannot continue like this. So this may look like, just something simple, but that's the same way media influences people, not just children. Some of us, we know how we look at media posting, and in your mind you start comparing. Is this not my classmate? Is this not my sister-in-law? Is this not my cousin? Is this not my colleague? Excuse me. Like, you start comparing. That's the kind of pressure we are allowing around our children. And they appear in different forms and different shapes. And that's how the word system sell their values to our children. They make it pleasant, they make it funny, they make it desirable. They capture our children. And then we ask ourselves where the behaviors are coming from. So pay attention. Another thing you must watch out, aside what they watch, is who they follow. Now, this includes both online and offline. Those your children follow have more influence over their opinions than you realize. So, who is your child listening to? Who is your child following? Who is your child's role model? Who is your child social influence? Ask them question like, why do you like this person? Why are you following this person? And of course, it's not for you to attack. It's just for you to really pick up what is intriguing your children in that person. You are meant to help them develop discernment. Teach them that someone being popular does not mean is a good role model. You know the popular fools we have around. I'm sorry to use that word. But you know people who are popular, but they have nothing valuable to say to your children. But they are being followed by multitude, by millions of people. Is your child among those millions who follow the crowd? Have you taught your children to stand alone and ask questions, even though everyone is doing it? Is it right for me? Is it beneficial? Is it valuable? Will it make me better? Will it add to my purpose, to my value? Will it increase my worth? Teach your children to ask such important questions. Another thing, the third thing you must watch is, who do your children talk to? Who are they comfortable sharing their challenges, their burden on, even sharing their testimonies, sharing their good news, sharing like the things they will naturally be selective about? You need to know who they like talking to. Because anyone they like talking to means the person has gotten their attention. It means they have confidence and trust in the person. So if a child is not talking to you, it means they are talking to someone. Then if it's an online person, because before you know it, online friendship can become very powerful. If it becomes an online person, you are in soup, because you don't even know this person. Your child is talking to a stranger and you don't know the stranger. It's one of the reasons we asked you to get a coach for your child. Someone they can talk to. An adult that can model the future, that can help them see beyond their home and beyond themselves and beyond their peers. We need to teach them not to assume that the person they are seeing online is real or who they claim to be. Because you and I as adults, we know. Unfortunately, even some adults doesn't know. That's why they are falling victim of crimes, victim of what do you call it? Scam. You can see how people will even hack your friends' media and come and chat you up to collect money or something from you. How much more your children? How are they able to discern these things? Teach your children about privacy. It's not everything they share. It's not everything they bring to social media. It's not everything they talk to people about. Teach them what inappropriate communication is like. Let them know that they should be honorable in their communication. They can have fun with people, make, like in the work, people can just make a joke, but it's not every joke you should be involved in. It's not every joke you should laugh about. They should know. It's not everything you will say to me. I was in a ward before I moved to another ward. That ward manager will always say that I'm the only one they couldn't corrupt when it comes to like the way they talk and play around in the office, make some jokes. They couldn't corrupt. She says it till today. She'll come to the new one and she'll say, hey, Ogo is clean, she's this. She was the only one who didn't corrupt. Let your children know they can be in a defied system and not be defied. They can be in a place and choose not to follow them to do what they are doing. It doesn't mean they are odd. And even if they are odd, it's okay to be odd. I'm happy being the odd one. I am very, very comfortable being the odd one. We need to raise children who are confident in being the one left out. You need to teach them not to share personal information. It's not everything you come and talk to people about. You are in a system where people bring their family problem to engage you or gain pity. Don't be a pity party. They don't need to share private information. They don't need to share their burdens with people who are not even interested. Who will make it a point of story, a point of gossip to share with other people. So let's learn to help our children to discern. But it's more important we establish a rapport, a trust, so that they can be able to tell us when something feels wrong. But can your children sense when things feels wrong without feeling like they have to do things because others are doing it? Because if they are follow crowd followers, they will not be able to discern when things are abnormal or when things feels odd or feels wrong, because they are just, everybody's doing it. Why not? Let's go. But if they understand that they don't have to follow everyone, you realize they will be able to pick things, pick signals, discernment. The fourth thing you should watch out is what your children believe. What they believe. So your child will encounter ideas about who they are, that's their identity, relationship, sexuality, success, beauty, money, purpose. Ideas are flying everywhere. But what have you established as the standard, as what is acceptable and obtainable before they are pushed out there in the community, and people are throwing ideas, before you expose them to social media where people can raise something and then you see different version of it by different people with different opinion, and your child is left out with no option but to believe in what the majority are saying. So you must establish a belief system that talks about these different areas of your life. That before your child leaves your home, they already have an established belief about who they are. Then someone don't have to tell them they are black when they are white. Someone don't have to tell them they are female when they are male. Someone don't have to convince them they have to engage in sexual immorality before they marry, because that's what every other person is doing. That someone will now cajole them from being virginity into giving into sexual immorality because they are being mocked. Why are they who they are and what they do? What belief system are you building? Do you have as an individual? And you are imparting. You see, the truth is that some of us, we grew up well, responsible, but we don't have that same energy to imbibe it in our children. We are losing our confidence around making our children believe. Yes, it pays to wait. It pays to stay out of relationship until you are ready for marriage. It is the right thing to do. You don't have to sleep with 1 or 2 or 3 or 8 people to be able to decide who the right person is. Why are we shutting our mouth around purity? That our children have not bought it, have not embraced it, because mommy and daddy are not even talking about it. It's not about the environment we are growing in. It's about your family system. It's about the value system, the belief system. You should orient, indoctrinate, and convert your children to believe the value system, so that when they go out in the world, they will not be tossed to and fro. They will not be moved, peers are saying, by what the social media are saying. That's access. The first access should be guarded around your home. Don't wait until they bring it home. I used to tell people, outline things you know your child is supposed to know at a particular age. Pick one at a time. Talk about, have it as a discussion, engage with them, ask them questions, teach around it. Create role play or scenario. Whenever you have the opportunity, highlight that thing you are teaching them. That's how you imbibe it. Before they hear it from the word, what you have just done is to be the first mention. That you have mentioned it first, whichever way that information comes, the first thing that is registered is what my mom or what my dad have said about it, what my family believe around it, what my family stands for. So by the time the pressure of moving from what they believe, what the word is not selling to them, they would have gone through a lot of trouble trying to make that decision, and you realize they will have a way of coming to you and telling, mommy, I think this, please can we talk about this again? Can you tell me why you say this? I think this is it, because this is what I just said and I'm thinking it might be right. You talk about it again, you start again to dissect, to analyze, to think, talk about it while praying in your heart and for them. And when you finish teaching, hold them, pray for them. The one you cannot do, the Holy Spirit will finish it. That's why we teach you, the next generation, believe in the power of knowledge and the power of the Holy Ghost. Yes. 2, perfect the family system. We cannot do without God. And we cannot do without the wisdom and knowledge that comes from God. So, start serious conversations in your home. Don't wait for teachers to teach your child about sex. And sex is not even about sexual intercourse. First, what they know about themselves and how to protect themselves from those who will tend to exploit them. I cannot handle this now. Okay? Just give me a few minutes, I'll be done. I think the battery is done. Go and charge it. So what's the system of the world influencing your children are giving power over is what you have not been able to first take your position to prepare them ahead of time. And yes, the 15 before we summarize this night. Oh, I'm taking extra few minutes. you need to watch out for what your children are becoming. But this fifth category is formed by the first four, because those are what makes up what your children become. So, like a hawk, your eyes should be open to start picking when things are going wrong, what your children are beginning to believe, what they are beginning to display, and how many times they give access to online and to people than the time they used to pray, read their Bible, read.
I can't find the charger.
I will do that later, just give me a moment. So, because who they are becoming is what you are here to ensure that it happens right. Your child cannot become beyond what you know and what you are able to establish with them. So as a family, walk along with your partner and your children to help them the things that comes around them. Allow your children to ask questions. Let them feel safe to ask you serious questions. You see, when they will ask you, question is too much, leave me alone. You are shutting them up. They will go and ask someone else. And God help you, they don't ask the wrong person. So be open, be excited when you question. If you don't know, you say, oh my darling, excuse me, I'll find out. Just give me few hours or just a day. Make sure you get back to them. Ask God for wisdom on how to answer those questions. But always start with asking them what they know, because for them to ask, they must have heard something about it. So ask them what they know about it. However, in all of that, let them know that they can freely come to mom to have a serious conversation. They can come to their dad to talk about issues of life and things that trouble them. Create connection and liberty in your home. Don't take away liberty from your children. I didn't say don't take away, I didn't say don't put boundaries. I didn't say don't put boundaries. I say liberty. The children should learn to enjoy liberty and teach them how to honor liberty. Teach them how to.
Mommy, the first has got the chocolate cake and I was kind of filled it. And she didn't let me.
Okay. Can I finish this and we'll talk about it? Thank you.
Mommy says you talk about it.
So, if we must.
I wanted to talk about it.
Oh, but we need to. I'm coming. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Let me feel it.
No, I'm coming.
No, I was wanting to feel it.
Gordy, give me a moment. I need to finish this. Okay? So, if we must limit access, we must set boundaries. Because without boundaries, there's no how you can manage or control the access to your children. By the way, sorry for that interruption. So, our children are watching us too. They watch the way we use phones, what we do with it. They watch the way we interact with other people. They watch the way and the type of people allow into our home, what they do. Even our children are abused by the same people we give access to our homes. So you must set boundaries for yourself, for your family. That's how your children will pick up boundary, what it means to be restrained without being limited. To be restrained for a purpose. Okay? So children will learn boundaries by watching boundaries. Do you do everything you want when you want to do it? You're on screen to late night. I want them to go to bed early and put off their phone. At what age are you giving children phone? Phone. To do whatever you don't even know, you cannot watch it. Now you think you will set parent